Hi everyone, it's Aya James. Running dungeons in Diablo 4 can be super fun, but one of the biggest pain points has always been that after clearing the dungeons, we have to deal with a full bag of loot. That we need to spend a lot of time clearing the trashes while keeping the good ones. It is like we are required to do dishwashing right after having a nice meal. That I cannot have another one before finishing this dishwashing, which is super annoying. In this video, I will share a few tips that I found most helpful in reducing my time to do the dishwashing. That it takes me from 5 minutes to 30 seconds to scan through a full bag of gears, clearing the trashes while keeping the valuable ones. And let's begin. I'll start with the basics. First, there is a compare button that once it is enabled, we can compare the two gears side by side. If we find the one in the bag is worse, we can mark it through this Mark as Junk button. And if we go to the vendor or the blacksmith, we can sell or salvage all junks in one click. But it still takes time to compare the stats one by one, and it can take a few seconds to handle just one gear comparison. To make it faster, we can go to the options, switch to the gameplay tab, and enable the advanced tooltip compare. Now we can see what we are gaining and losing if we swap the gear highlighted with the gear equipped. One trick to make it really fast is to only look at what properties we're losing. And if there are two stats that are the same as our stat priority, for example, I put the helm stat priority from my lightning conjuration build on the left, we are safe to just mark it as a junk, because the occultist can only reroll one stat. Another example, for this pen, I'm losing these two damage reduction stats. Then I can safely mark it as a junk. And the same for this weapon, I'm losing vulnerable damage and critical strike damage, so it is a no. Also, different builds have different stat priority, and we may want to keep gears for other builds. That I'm recommending to check against only the first two priority stats. Like for this weapon, I'm losing only the vulnerable damage in the first two stats. Then I will check the greens, and these two are trash stats, so it is a no too. We know the advanced comparison tips now, but can we make it even faster? Yes, there is a sort button that can make this process even faster without looking at the stats at all. What the sort does is that it sorts items by item type, and for each item type, it is in decreasing item power order. Since I already got a pretty good weapon, I'm looking for a weapon that is at least above 800 item power for improvement. After sorting, I know that the highest item power for the main weapon is 803. I only lose vulnerable damage, but not critical strike damage. Then I check the greens and it has two trash stats, so it is a no. And the item power of the next one is 781, which is lower than 800. That I can mark it as junk. And the same weapons on the right without even looking at the stats. The same applies to the offhand type too. Since the sword put items of the same type together, I can easily go through all helms too through the same stat priority, which I can avoid switching stat priorities between random types without sorting. With all the tips above, I'm able to scan through my full bag in around 30 seconds. There is a 25% XP and gold bonus this Friday till next Monday. From my experience in Diablo 3 events, this bonus is expected to be a global multiplicative bonus. So XP earned from quests and monsters, and gold earned from monster drop or selling, all get a 25% bonus, which will be very helpful for fast leveling and progressing. But this is Diablo 4, so it could be different. Let's see. Hope the tips help you process your bag after dungeon quickly, so that you can enjoy an efficient and fun farming experience without getting interrupted by the dishwashing too much. I hope Blizzard can give us a loot filter soon that we don't need to do this. If you like the video, please consider sharing and subscribing for more Diablo 4 tips. Thank you for watching and see you next time.